Yeah.
Oh, got
Okay.
it. Okay, cool.
Okay. So I'm just darkening it just a little bit. I find them easier to edit a little bit. So here's just a before and after for you.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So I'm going to open it. Um, then I'm going to, I think it makes it, yeah, it makes a layer for you now. Okay. So you're going to go to edit sky replacement. Now that used to not have any of this, and you used to have to buy your own skies and a whole lot of other shebangs. Okay. But
Holy crap, that's pretty
now
good.
it's going to plop them in there for you. Okay. Now, if it's a sky, you know, that you have that you want to use that's not in these, then you have to go about it another way. Like you can upload your own here and such.
Okay.
Um, so I mean, I don't know. There's so many you could do. Now the thing is like once we upload it, um, we're gonna blur it because it shouldn't be that in focus.
Crisp.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was gonna ask you, so you do the sky replacement right at the beginning instead of editing everything else and then
correct,
adding it? Okay.
correct. Because
Woo.
whatever actions are on there or whatever adjustments you do, I want it to go to the sky too, so that it's even more like placed.
All in
If that
one.
makes sense. Yeah. So, you know what? I'm going to do like a harder color one just so you can kind of see how it is. Because the blue ones are a lot easier to do. Okay.
I didn't know.
So here is the edges. So I'm going to go all the way. So this is pushing it up and this is pushing it down.
Okay.
Okay. So what we want to do is push it up a little bit because we don't want it on her. First of all, it's selected it pretty good where it's gonna get it off of her, but it's gonna fade up from the tree. So it's gonna touch the
Mm.
trees, but it's not gonna all the way be on the trees. Now the edge is doing brightness here. So see that brightened it and that darkens it. So I don't play with it a ton. I think I darken it a little bit just so it blends in there a little bit better. Here you can also make the sky cooler or warmer, you know, whatever.
Oh,
I think,
cool.
yeah, I usually leave it. Um, Here, if you want to like flip it, like if you wanted this on this side or, you know, a whole bunch of that. I don't typically play with a lot of these. They're typically okay. But see, and make sure here that you have it on a new layer. That way, once you hit okay, see, here's where I can come in and turn it on and off.
Ah.
And I can make like a little, you know, thing to come in here and just make
Oh, and paint it
sure
off. Okay.
it, cause see it hit her finger some, like I don't
Yeah,
want,
and on the hat a bit.
yeah, so I don't want that. And then what you can also do is lower some of these. I guess it's probably best to do the whole
Occupancies. Okay.
so that it isn't so bright, but let me see. Hold on, I don't like how that one's doing that.
Sorry, my kids are playing right outside my window. So I'm
Oh,
just like peeking over everyone every few minutes to make sure I
good.
still see them. My daughter accidentally murdered like 30 plus snails last night.
I hate when I do that. I'm always like, stop. Okay, so I'm taking off this foreground color. You see, that's kind of what turned her purple. So I'm gonna
Oh
turn
yeah.
it down a little because it's wanting to kind of give this feel of the sky on it, but you know, I don't want it that much. And then you can come in and yeah, turn down the opacity just a bit if you don't want it as dark, or if you want it as big as that, you can.
Okay.
But then you can come in here really close. Um, and just, you know, come off of her like this if you want. If you're okay with it being a little bit warmer and you don't want to do it, you don't have to. But total preference.
No,
But
I actually agree with you. I think it needed to come off. It makes her, it has too cold of a coloring on her skin
yeah.
and such.
So on her hand, I'm gonna start at 50 because it's closer to the sky and you don't want a halo. So it's better if you do a couple different layers of it so you're not doing the same brush strokes. See it right there?
Oh yeah.
So I'm on the other color now. I'm coloring back. Yeah. Then I'll go back off. So I just do it a couple times and I do it in multiple layers so that I don't I don't want to just brush it off once because then I have lines. So, but yeah, see, I mean, it's that simple.
What a quick difference too.
Yeah, I mean, it still needs off her hat a little bit. And then sometimes I'll go in at like 20%, 15, 20% here, and I'll just like brush it off here as a whole.
I
Because
like
then
that idea.
it has a little bit more blending for me. So now the next thing, let's say that we're good with it here. The next thing we would do, I always save, like do save as and save a PSD in case you're almost done and then you're like, oh, I forgot to brush it off that one tree and it drives you nuts. Okay. And you don't want to redo all of it. So you'll go back to this layer. So always save a PSD. Then you'll flatten it and make a layer and do the filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and
Gaussian blur.
about a 5. And then I invert it and brush it on the sky because we don't want it, you know, the clouds would not be that in focus for a shot like this. That's the only thing I haven't seen that they put on that. Like, I don't know why it didn't automatically blur it for you.
Mm-hmm.
But there you go. Make sure I didn't get it on her. Did a little bit. Okay. So yeah, there you go. Now we did it as one piece.
Yeah. And then I go through and just edit like I normally would.
Edit like you normally would. Yep.
Okay, so I'm
But
gonna
that way, if anytime, like, because you obviously have to do some color selections for the blue bonnets and stuff. I usually I want the sky to kind of blend with them. So I'll brush some of them on there, see if I like the sky with them too. So try to keep all of the tones and such similar.
Nice. Okay. So you said that you save a PSD as a layer and then you go and do all your edits and then you find an error. You can go back to that. I've never done that ever.
Well, I mean, all your edits will be gone. Yes.
Okay. Can you,
What I
so if
mean?
you do that, you go back. What? You okay? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, my daughter just came in.
I'm gonna stop the record. I'm gonna stop the record real quick.